Good morning, children. In first lecture, we discussed about Harshvardhan, implements left by Harshvardhan, and Harshvardhan empires. Right now, we discussed about Harshvardhan's empire. First, we discussed about Nalanda University. King Harsh extended all possible assistance to Acharya Silbhadra and made Nalanda into a world-famous university. The university had access to the revenue of 100 villages given to them by King Hers for its upkeep and maintenance. Now you see 100 villages given by King Hers to the Acharya Silbhadra. So you think how much big that university is. Renowned chemist Acharya Nagarjuna, who proved that iron, arsenic, and mercury S could be used as medicine, also belonged to Nalanda University. I see so much medicines, Ayurvedic medicines, and from iron, arsenic, and mercury from in Nalanda University. You see here Nalanda Vidyapit is there. It's very old. Now discuss. Students had to clear an entrance test for admission into Nalanda University. Free education, lodging, and boarding were provided in Nalanda University. Third, the extensive library of Nalanda University was known as Dharmaganj. Now you see Nalanda University, admission of Nalanda University entrance, and that entrance test is very hard. Also, in Nalanda University, gatekeeper is very intelligent. He asks some questions to new admission students, and if some students give him the right answer, then he allow them to enter in Nalanda University. Now, education, lodging, boarding were provided in Nalanda University. It is called also library of Nalanda University is called Dharmaganj. Now, see life of people. Information about the reign of King Hers is available from the writings of Chinese traveler Xuanzang. Towns and villages of the time were fortified and had huge gateways at their entrance. The society was divided into four groups, while the Purda system and intercaste marriages were not prevalent at that time. The custom of sati, child marriage, and polygamy had started by then. The local diet consisted of milk and milk products, wheat, rice, fruits, and vegetables. The wore clean, simple white clothes. Men wore dhotis and women wore saris. Their ornaments, rings, bangles, bracelets, necklaces were made from flowers. Chess and games of dice were popular means of entertainment. Acrobats and conjurers wandered from village to village, entertaining people. Now you see, Suwan Chinese traveler when he came in Harsa's court. Now he wrote some account of that life of people's villages. So you see, farming and animal husbandry were the main occupations of the people. Land revenue was one sixth of the production. Means land revenue means tax and such kind of tax. Internal and international trade was carried out by the Vaishyas. A highway from Patliputra to Brugukach, Bharuch, now we call it Bharuch, port was built by the state for trade and transportation of goods. Gold, silver, Gold and silver coins were used for commercial transactions. Ornaments, statues, ivory, and carved wooden pieces were exported. The export of different materials from India increased her prosperity. During the reign of King Hers, India had good business in relations. Now you see farming, animal husbandry, gold, silver, ornaments, statues, so much things made by them. So business relations with Rome, which led to the inflow of gold in India. People followed Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, but were tolerant towards other religions. When in Harsha's reign, all religions same. Okay. Here some questions are there. You think and write. You see, this is Suan Zheng, Chinese traveler. He wrote account of Harsha's in Harsha's reign and life of people. Okay, in next lecture we discussed about Suan Zheng, his account. Okay, and their root of throne. Root of the stone. Suan Zheng has noted that and root of the stone in next lecture. Thank you.